right, folks, I'm here with Ted Moore, Acurus, and we're standing in front of this beautiful rack of gear, CEDIA 2024.
Yep.
Can't wait to catch the demo that you guys have going on.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Everyone's loving it. It's not only a theater demo, but we're also doing a 2-channel demo. And with the 2-channel, you're gonna experience some real dimensionality in the sound. It's pretty unusual, and that's gonna be driven by our Aragon line, so plenty of power. This is a 22 kilowatt booth, so we got loads and loads of juice. We could actually make your ears bleed if we cranked it up.
So basically, when you start running it, the meters are just spinning.
Something like that. Yeah, pretty much. Lots of good power for all the speakers in there, and we've got Totem providing the audio bed and the overheads, and we have 10 Dyne Audio core subs.
10?
Low frequency. Yep.
So 10 subs. What's the channel count?
It's a 9, 10, 6. When you get that kind of channel count, you get some real interesting immersive effects that happen in the cuts. So we do all of the engineering internally out of our headquarters in Indianapolis, and we ship worldwide. We do everything. We do at the board level. We do board design for our custom boards. We do software design. We do all the UI design and all our products ourselves. Everything is kept internal. We want the control over the audio path. We want that kind of like tight control internally, because for us, the audio any design project, the audio is sort of sacrosanct. It's at the top layer. So if anything down the road compromises that layer, we won't go down that road. Okay, so we keep that as the top level constraint, and then we work on the interface. The interface is not only just the UI, but it's also the industrial design. Is it simple? Can it be installed easily?
It's the most unique in the industry.
Right.
I mean, it's colorful, which is one thing that pops out to me. It's really striking.
It is, and we have we established a common iconology across all the products that have a graphical interface, and that includes our Aspect room tuning system, which is our own proprietary room system. And it's a self-contained system. So basically, our installer customers will buy that as a kit. It's a 4-mic system, and they have everything.
4 microphones.
That gives you a lot more detail in terms of the measurements that you can take.
Are these placed all at the same time?
Right, and the UI is actually a 3D UI that looks very similar to our. It has similar colors and similar graphic design elements. It's actually authored in Unity, which is a gaming platform.
Okay.
So you get some really interesting animation effects, and
that's really neat.
It's actually a lot of fun to use, but you still in the background have some extremely sophisticated code and mathematics that are going on to analyze the signals and make recommendations on how to adjust the PEQ of the system.
Is it the entire frequency range? Are we talking about?
Be the entire frequency, or you can cut it down to like 500 hertz if you want. We recommend that you don't do any kind of analysis too much beyond 500, because you're really not going to see that kind of a difference at those high frequencies.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I know every company's different,
right,
but that frequently is the.
Right. We give people the choice if they want to do that. So the recommendation is keep it at a low frequency, but you can go up more than that if you want. And then the system takes care of it. It's fully automated. The installer would set it up, and it'll tell you actually it asks you how many chairs, size of the room, what's your reference level that you're looking for, and it'll drop the microphone stands in an animation where they need to go, and then you just connect everything and press go and leave the room.
In terms of placement, are you moving the microphones around more than once, or are you?
You don't need to do that during the test.
Okay.
If you want to retest with them in a different position, you can certainly do that. It's not a problem.
Do you all find that you get better results when you are measuring over a wider seating area or more tightly?
I mean, that's one of the reasons that we have 4 is we want to expand the sort of the pleasure zone, as it were. for the sound, so no one's left in the outside the sound field of the imaging that the director or the sound engineer is trying to produce in the movie or the music. And the 4 mics help us do that.
Okay.
Right. So we can get a lot of information that helps us design the system in terms of the PEQ numbers to provide that level of blanketing.
Right.
And you'll hear that we have a new base element aspect that's going to be released in a new software release.
Oh, is it using?
Yeah, you'll hear that in here.
Okay.
And so in fact, we actually asked people to change seats if there are any seats available. It's been pretty full. Just to test out. So that people are really, responding to that very well in the demo. So it's nice. So
behind us here, we have the Act 4. Is this a straight-up processor?
It is. It's a 20-channel immersive processor.
20 channels.
Okay. Dolby Atmos,
large
DTSX. We've got the whole system could be set up entirely from this interface if someone wanted to.
Wow.
They also have third-party control system drivers that they can set up, and then they can set it up from there. There's a web interface as well, so you can do it on a mobile device. You can actually sit in the room and set everything up if you wanted to.
Oh, nice.
Play different speakers. Send
white. So you don't necessarily have to be with the unit itself. Right. You have an app.
You can set white noise or pink noise. You could actually manually set all the PEQ if you wanted to. You don't necessarily have to use the aspect.
Not many people are doing it these days.
For those that really want to get into it, they can do that.
Yep. Okay.
Below that, we have the Muse, which is sort of the little brother of the Act 4. So this is a 16-channel immersive processor.
Okay.
Right. So this is for smaller theaters and media rooms, that type of application. The M4 is our newest product. It's a 4-channel Class D 200 watt per channel amplifier, and this is available right now. You can order it. It's shipping right now.
Okay.
The M8 is sort of our workhorse amplifier for the home theater applications, and it's an 8-channel 200 watt.
200 watts, 8 channels. Wow, that's a lot of power packed into.
Right, it's 2 rack U.
Okay.
And just for comparison, you could have 2 M8s and a Muse, and that's a full 16-channel immersive cinema, 200 watts per channel. And that's an honest 200 watts in 6 rack U.
Wow, small space.
Right, and it's super capable, super simple to set up and use, and it sounds amazing. All made in the USA.
What kind of processing are these capable of in terms of Dolby Atmos, DTSX, or 3D?
They don't do Oro 3D. They're capable of doing Oro 3D. We just don't get a lot of call for it.
Yeah.
But they definitely do Dolby Atmos and DTSX, and they've done that for a number of years since this platform came out. One interesting thing to note on the M8 is that in the demo that we're doing in here, these amplifiers can be bridged, the channels can be bridged. So we have 4 M8s in the demo. Going into the 4 ohm totems that we have over 800 watts per channel. So it's just an amazing demonstration of the capability of the electronics, and the totem speakers just do so well at presenting that power to the audience. It's fantastic, and the Dyne Audio subs are amazing as well.
And those, I'm assuming, are active subwoofers,
right?
Okay. Yeah, and I'm assuming HDMI 2.1.
Yes, 2.1. We will be coming out with a new upgrade at some point in 2025 that will expand the 2.1 capability, because that spec is a mile long, and not everything will come out at the same time for anyone in the industry. Really, it's going to take a while, but it's 2.1 ready, and it's will not do 8K at this time, but that's in the next rev.
Probably not really necessary this time.
I mean, most people stream these days, and even in the case of streaming 4K, that's a little rough sometimes. And to go from 4K streaming to 8K streaming, that's going to be a while.
It's not,
It's going to be a while, and there's not a lot of content anyway.
I'm actually glad. I'd rather see 4K get weathered a little bit more.
And rest assured that when 8K is like prevalent, our products will have it.
Yeah.
No problem. It's just not really a requirement right now in terms of most of our customers.
Are they modular in any way? In terms of being able to switch out cards or maybe HDMI ports?
They are, and that's another part of the unique story. We design our stuff to be very modular and very upgradable. So it's not only upgradable from a software perspective, but from a hardware perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The Act 4 originally came out in 2014, and we had a unit that came out. Back in those days, it was it was 11.1, and that unit actually came in to get a 20-channel upgrade.
All right. Okay.
And now it's fully up to date, and so that customer's had that unit almost 10 years. And the other thing we do, all our products across Acurus and Aragon have 5-year warranties. If you send the product into our facility to get updated or upgraded, we will reset the warranty.
Wow. Okay.
Because we actually will.
That's impressive.
That's right. So this person actually had 10 years worth of warranty on there that I think is up in 2026. But if we have an upgrade and they send it in, they could get another 5 years out of that unit.
What, in terms of price points, what are we talking about?
All right. So the 16-channel Act 4, it's 15,000 MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
The Muse is 9,000. The M4 4-channel amplifier is 4,500,
mm-hmm.
and the M8 is 5,500.
Yeah, very competitive prices in the segment.
Right.
Yeah, and I have to say I love the fact that they are upgradable, especially in this day and age of where things kind of come a year or two later, they're out of date, people will toss them.
Right. We don't believe in that design philosophy at all. That's just not something that we even consider. If you buy one of our products, we are not designing it to be, disabled after a year, because it doesn't have the latest technology. We design the products so that when the technology changes, we can update the product so it's ready to be used with the latest, greatest technology. Okay. And that's worked out very well for us, and our customers love that. They don't have to yank the box out 2 years after they get it and put the latest and greatest one in.
Yeah.
And part of that is the unique design that we do internally, and also the fact that we build these in the US. We don't have to get the latest Asian version and try to sell that to the customer. We can just update the one that they have.
Yeah.
And they're rocking and rolling again.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And that people appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, because the other route can be tough in the wallet.
Oh, absolutely. It makes no sense. It makes a lot of sense to the manufacturer,
sure,
to switch it out, but not much sense to the customer. And that's kind of our guiding philosophy. It doesn't make sense to the customer. We will try to steer away from that approach.
Right.
Which is why you will see we don't put every feature under the sun on our processors like you might find in a Japanese processor or receiver. Stuff you're never going to use and things like that. We want to get people the things that they're going to use every single day and make sure that stuff works well, it's robust, and it sounds amazing. It's kind of our watchword.
Okay. Now, for anyone out there that's interested in these products, do you sell direct to consumer, or do they need to go to a dealer or installer?
We don't sell direct consumers. We sell through certified dealers, and internationally we sell through distributors.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Certified dealers and installers are who we sell through primarily.
And they can go to your website, I'm sure, and find a list of dealers?
All the information's on there, including a list of our current dealers, where they're located. There's a map. You can find out where they're located. So all that stuff's there. And if that fails, just drop us an email or give us a call, and we'll sort it out.
Okay.
We'll find somebody.
Excellent. Well, Ted, thanks
Todd. Appreciate
so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes. I need to get in and hear this demo.
Yeah, you definitely do.
I definitely do. Awesome. All right, folks, like, share, subscribe, and definitely come over to our home theater forum at avnirvana.com and hang out with us.
Thanks, everybody.